these beautiful, warm winter tones of jewelry. I actually don't. I have a lot of bronze. I have some bronze going, but I actually was pulling out a really pretty top I had today, and I'm like, I actually don't have anything that matches that. That is a turtleneck type top for these cold months. And so anyway, that's what I'm up to, friends. So basically, guys, I took everything but a few things from the sparkle bag. So if you didn't get the sparkle bag, and hopefully this provides you with just some inspiration to just grab some stuff of your own and make something beautiful. So in this double strand, guys, the only thing that I grabbed from my stash was some bead cones, and then of course a couple of 2x2 crimps, and a couple of head pens, and a couple of jump rings. Everything is in this antique gold color palette for all of my findings. And the other things I'm using, for those of you that did not get the bag, is so you can use like any kind of findings you want, right? I am using this focal that we got in the bag, and I just really love it. So I'm gonna put it on this particular necklace. I think I like its vibing here. So I'm gonna use that. So you can use like any kind of focal. You're gonna have to use any focal. And then I'm gonna use the barrel faceted travertine wash Czech beads in, I think these were like ivory or something like that, that came in the bag. And these are probably around 6mm Czech barrel beads. They are so beautiful. These are actually going to end up being our accent beads, guys, on the top of my cone for this double strand. I've done this only, I think, one other time on my channel, so this is really fun if you are newer to my channel, or maybe you have been with me a while but did not catch that particular video. It's been a good while since I've done it. Doing accent beads is really, really... And then I think that this jump ring will get a little bit hidden in between those bead caps, so it won't be so obtrusive. I think it'll be fine. And so that's on there. And so that's what I have. So that looks kind of cool, right? Not kind of not invasive. You almost can't even tell there's a jump ring there with those bead caps. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm going to keep you down on the mat. Let me pull you up for a second. Okay, guys, so the next thing I'm going to do, a little trick for you, a little trick and tips here, is, so these are some 3-inch head pins, right? And they are a ball end, but they are the only thing I have in this color palette, okay? So I am going to be cutting off this ball end portion. Now, you don't have to, but I'm going to do it. So we're going to cut the ball end of that right off, okay? And I'm flush cutting that there, because we're going to use these to wire wrap our strands and tuck them under the bead cones, and that should work perfect. So in order to do that, the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to keep you up for a second here, and so what I do is typically put a bead stopper on the strands I'm not working with. We're working with double strands, right? So we don't lose all that work. So that's nice and secure there. Now over on this side, what I am going to go ahead and do is I am going to go ahead and I am going to put a, I think, there's a couple methods. I'm thinking maybe I'll crimp it on the bottom. Yeah, I think I'll crimp it on the bottom and make a tiny little loop here, and then we will wrap it under the cone from there. I think that's going to be wiser. So I'm going to keep you up for a second. So that's what I'm going to do this time. There's lots of different ways, and I've done them several different ways, but I think I'm going to do it this way right now. Now, all I need to do is make a very small loop, okay? And I only need to make a loop with one of the wires because I have fed my crimp down both the wires, friends. And so I only need one of the wires to go back through my crimp in order to make my loop that we are going to use to wire wrap under the bead cone. We only need one wire to go through the crimp. What happened? Okay, there you went. So I'm going to feed my tail back through this crimp. I can get him through. Why are you not going through? What's going on, buddy? There you are. Okay. And I'm going to pull that tail. I'm going to go hold to it. There we go. Okay. And so I am just going to pull this, and I'm going to be mindful of the size loop I'm making and how many of these beads will fit in this cone. And these bead cones I'm using are pretty thin, so not much fitting there, okay? But I'm gonna let that wire hang out, okay? And that's because we are gonna feed a bead right on the top there, and then we will add that directly to our chain. I think that's gonna be the way I think I'm gonna do it today. I don't think I'm gonna use wire guardians, but I think we're gonna be okay doing it that way. But we're gonna see. We reserve the right to modify. So therefore, I made my loop that big, and if I put it in the bead cone, this is how it lands. And that's, I'm going to pull you down now. This is what I'm looking for. And I'm just paying attention to the strand right now, because when I pull the other one, it's going to be fine. But I'm just trying to make sure that at least some of these beads are up in that bicone, or excuse me, that bead cap. Bicone. Oh my heavens. Because you want all of that to be hidden, right? But also, we're going to do a wire wrap loop, right, with this head pin that I cut. So I might actually need that a little smaller, frankly. So I'm going to pull that loop a little smaller. So I'm going to go with that small of a loop, okay? And then what I'm going to do right there is I am going to go ahead and make sure I have enough wire going on over here. I think I do. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and now crimp. Let me move those out of the way so I can use the crimper tool and uncross things. Okay, and I'll go ahead and use the magical crimper. That'll help to reduce the bulk. I could use a regular crimping tool, but I'll do the magical crimper. And let's just make sure that that's nice and small, that loop. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and give that a nice squeeze. And again, it doesn't also, guys, here's a cool tip. Doesn't matter what color crimp you're using on a method like this, because it all gets hidden under the comb. It will never be seen again once we wire wrap it. But again, this is a double strand, so it doesn't hurt to use really good crimping technique, making sure everything stays nice and tidy. Okay, so there's that. Now, again, don't worry about this gap here. Okay, now this particular tail that's going down, right, we're going to flush cut that wire away, because we don't need that anymore. Nose, I'm going to make a very, very small loop, because again, I have a very small cone, okay? And so I'm just going to make a very small loop. So I'm going to go right up to the edge of my plier, okay? And we'll just do a simple little loop there, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and pop this loop open. And I'm going to feed down this loop that I made here on my beading wire. Okay, so now that falls down in my loop. The other wire is still just really hanging out. Okay, and then we'll just do one or two clean, messy wraps. It does not matter, because again, this is all right now going under our bead cone. So it doesn't matter. We'll never see it again. So let me go ahead and just trim that off. And again, doesn't matter if this is all clean or what it looks like, because this is all hidden under this bead cone. Okay, so we just go ahead and feed the bead cone right back on our eye pen. We want to pull it up nice and snug, okay? And kind of straighten it out there a little bit. Let me grab my pliers. Let me straighten out that eye pen a smidge. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and add my focal accent bead here. not focal, accent bead. And that's what I have. Okay, and then we'll just wire wrap that closed, and then we'll grab a small jump ring to attach this to our chain. And so we'll just wrap that closed. I'll do some clean wraps here. These are probably like 24 gauge head pins, something like that, so they're really nice to wire wrap. Let me straighten my loop situation out here. All right, get that finished wrapping that around there. And I think that's okay, except I need to straighten out the weirdness of my loop. Very easy to do that. And we'll go ahead and get rid of that excess and tuck in that burr, because that is definitely going to be right, like I said, right around the collarbone area. And although I intend to wear this with longer sleeves, just in case, we still don't want it poking. And thicker sweaters and things like that, it can certainly poke through my clothes. So we do want to make sure that we are tucking in our burrs properly. Okay, and so there we got our jump ring here. And we'll go ahead and put that on that small gauge eye pin, so that works out just fine. And then I'll just go ahead and add that right to my chain. We have plenty of room there, so that's perfection. I like as least amount of bulk above that accent bead as possible. So I'm trying to use as minimal and smallest of my finding choices that I have. There we go. Now you're closed better. Okay, and so now that's what I've got. Okay, so now I can always change this out to something else if I wanted, because I've got the jump ring there without interrupting the obvious necklace. And so while we're down here, we'll just go right on ahead and complete this side with my clasp. And I'm just using a wreath toggle. These were included in the Cozy Cabins bag. And we'll use some, there they are, 6 millimeters. I also offer these in my store. I'll link them in the box, guys. There's they're really pretty. Some really pretty toggles. I really like them. They're great for a lot of different styles of jewelry. For the winter months, or any months that you really enjoy using this color palette, this antique bronze color. So there we go. So now one side is done, and let me pull you up. And there we go, guys. That's what I've got. And that's just beautiful. And now, mind you, the majority of this chain, about 90% of it, will be going around the neck. And then the chain about right here starts at the collarbone. And so just below that is the bead cones. And that's a really great spot I prefer when I'm doing any kind of accent. But look at how lovely and in balance, friends, that this is in terms of the paperclip chain with the thinner bead cones, so they're more elongated, right? And then we have that little pop of the ivoryish, lighter sand colors with the Czech glass and then the bottle beads that are blending so beautifully, I feel, with that antique gold finish. But everything is in scale. And then we have all those tiny rondelles, those 3 millimeter babies. They are not only right here, but they also go right throughout the outer strand, all the way throughout, right? And then we have some of the larger 8 millimeters, but they're just kind of graduating up here. And I just think that this is really pretty, and frankly, I really like it. I really do not have any, I'm so happy. I have nothing in this color palette, guys. Love this. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and inspiration, and you will make something beautiful. And if you're even